Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we are doing another hangout video where I've gone away and purchased some extra figures to put onto the shelf and give them some quick reviews because they're a little bit older, and there's no point giving them all sort of an episode to themselves, to be honest, and we just hang out. This is probably our last one before Christmas, unfortunately. You know, this is coming up for another end of the year, and I've got so many figures this year, especially Marvel Legends has really kicked up and really cranked up on the collection point, and we're adding another 5 here, which is really, really cool. Ones that have been highly sort of like, you know, when you kind of want a figure, but you kind of like, you put them off and you put them off because something else comes out and you want something else. And I just had the opportunity to buy Quicksilver, Ant-Man and the Wasp, sort of like figures that I kind of really want because I want to build up that MCU kind of representation on the shelf, but in the old comic form kind of way. I mean, I would probably never ever bought these characters if they never appeared in the MCU, to be honest, because I knew of Ant-Man, but not really too fussed about him, to be honest. So yeah, especially even this guy over here, Frogman, you know, like, because he appeared in the She-Hulk one, I just thought it'd be quite cool to have him for Instagram posts and take some pictures and stuff. So he's quite quirky, isn't he? So yeah, so we'll just go through, we'll do some couple of reviews and stuff, and why I've actually picked these guys up. So first of all, I've picked up Ant-Man. He hasn't got any accessories. I know he comes with a smaller Wasp. This is the retro type Ant-Man as well. That come out on the retro type cards a few years ago, and actually I picked this one up for quite a good price, to be honest, just like an almost price of an original brand new figure. So head wise, he looks really nice, got the quite good details on there, got the old Ant-Man mask and the face inside there. Down, his body is literally just red and blue, coming down to his little belt and all the way down to his feet. It's kind of a bit like Pete's Spider-Man body. I'm not too sure. So head, we can turn left and right. It's really quite loose. He can look down this far and he can look right up as well. His head looks really small on this neck, especially from the sides, but from the front it's not too bad. He's got full rotation at the arm. He's got a nice butterfly joint on there as well, rotation at the upper bicep, and he has a double elbow joint and a rotation and a hinge at the wrist there. He can swivel at the waist down on here. He can crunch and back. Leg wise can come up this far, forward, back, upper thigh rotation there. He's got a double knee that comes up all the way, and then he's got a rocker and a pivot at the ankle. And as you saw, that belt there is actually a separate piece and not on the body, but it's just quite nice now to have Ant-Man sort of like on there to go with the Captain America and whatnot. On the back, it's just a simple line all the way down to his little blue pants and his feet down there. So yeah, it's quite good. Next up, we'll look at the Wasp. So again, she's on the old traditional body of what we've had before, and you can't have Ant-Man without the Wasp on there as well. So yeah, head-wise, even for an older figure, she looks really cool. Really nice kind of looking paintwork there on the face. Head-wise, she can turn left and right. She can look down this far and look back this far as well. And down on the body as well, we've got full rotation at the arm here, no butterfly joints or anything in there, but she can come up this far as well. Rotation at the elbow, single elbow joint, rotation at the wrist, and it's on a hinge. We've got the kind of like breast kind of movement there, but it's not really not that great, to be honest. And she can't look down, and she can crunch back a little bit more. Leg wise, up this far, back, short, forward, upper thigh rotation there. We've got a double knee and we've got a rocker and a pivot. So just the basic general articulation, what we always have with the female, but she comes with some extra parts. She's actually got her wings as well. So looking at this one, see, as you can see, it's got a rotation around this way. It's also on a hinge, so you can actually bring them up and down, which is really nice. And then you can separate them as much as you like. They're all sort of done on a sort of like a pin that goes inside those joints and parts on there. So it's all held and secured really nicely, and you can just sort of move them around, you know, tilt her head back to get some nice little flying poses and whatnot with her. I really like the hair sculpt. I think it's really good, especially for the age of the figure as well. It's a few years old, and yeah, it's great. Looking at actual figure, I mean, she kind of looks a bit like traditional Fantastic Four in a way, but we just got the W on the top there for the Wasp, and these extra black lines across her body, and these arrows, which I think is slightly a little bit weird for the costume, but yeah, nonetheless, I've got a retro Wasp to join the others on the shelf. Next up, I've actually purchased Speedball. I actually bought this guy for brand new. Have I put a bit of paint on him, or is that just the way he is? I think I might have spilt a little bit of paint on him while I've been customizing earlier. But yeah, I just picked this guy up. There's two reasons really. I'm collecting the controller, and he comes with the torso, so I thought, well, getting for that is also cheap in the shops. I think it was about £13, and I'm starting to read the New Warrior because I really like the Scarlet Spider-Man of Kane, and this guy's in the New Warriors as well. So I thought if I get the opportunity now, as I'm reading those comics, I'll probably go, do you know what, I kind of need him on the shelf, and then he'll be going up in price. So I just picked him up pretensely, really. So yeah, he's pretty cool. A good sort of body. Again, a bit similar to the Pizza Spider-Man. I mean, I'm not too sure on the bucks and stuff. To me, some of them look similar. But yeah, head-wise, he can turn left, he can turn right, he can look down this far. Oh, he can go back with his head, but it's actually quite loose, actually. It keeps falling off. His head can come up this way as well, so you can get some nice, cool running poses and jumping through the air. Arm-wise, comes up this far. He's got a nice butterfly joint in there, goes all the way. Rotation at upper bicep, double elbow, rocker and a swivel, shall we say, at the wrist there. He can crunch down and crunch back, and he's got the rotation there just below that belt. Leg-wise, come up this far and go forward, back, upper thigh rotation, double knee. He's got a sort of like boot cut there and a rocket and a pivot at the ankle. But actually, this guy, the details on him, I think really his eyes, you can actually see his eyes in those goggles. That's really cool. I mean, they could have just painted that yellow and get away with it. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Why didn't you do this with tech, Hasbro? Like, you had the opportunity. Look at this guy. He looks cool. Face-wise, he's got that nice little smirk on there and all these sort of like circles all around him as well. He looks really cool. The hair wash as well, looking really nice. And it's just like a basic figure. Like, this guy's just sort of like maybe a bit unknown, but the actual details on that part. The rest is all in a sort of baby blue, but then we've got all those swirls and circles across the body, looking really clean and down to his legs. So yeah, quite cool to put on the shelf, and I can't wait to read about the figure as well and see what his characteristics are like. On the back, it's just generic blue with those swirls as well. And then we go down to Quicksilver. This was part of a free pack. I think it was like Family Values or something. It comes with Magneto, come with a Scarlet Witch as well. And obviously they had the Quicksilver in there. And I just needed the Quicksilver, especially just to sort of like put him with Scarlet Witch that I have on the shelf. And then this is in his sort of retro outfit as well. So yeah, it's got a really nice looking face on there. Got the silver hair, proper sort of traditional of the old kind of Quicksilver. I mean, I suppose they could have gone a little bit kind of more with his hair, you know, a bit like Wolverine, if I remember. The whole body itself is kind of exactly the same articulation we just had with Speedball. He's got the rotation here, he's got the crunch, and his head swivels, butterflies, twists and double elbows and hands and stuff. So I won't go through the whole lot. I won't bore you too much with it all. But yeah, it's really cool. He comes with these sort of like slap kind of hands. So if you want him running really fast, you know, because as kids we have to put our palms open, makes us feel like we're running super, super fast. Or he also comes with alternative wrists, which is like punching ones as well. So if you want him to stop and punch someone in the face and then run off again, he can do so. General body, really nice and clean down here on the sort of zigzag lines with his sort of black pants. And yeah, pretty cool. Kind of pearlesque kind of looking here. I kind of remember him being white, but I kind of like it. It kind of sort of like complements each other, especially with this blue and this sort of silver. And I guess it is silver because it is Quicksilver rather than white. Probably makes sense a little bit more. And then last but no means least, we can go to Frogman or Leapfrog Man. You know, he's just really kind of humorous, really. He's really cool. Again, he comes with a few alternative hands. We've got like a punching fist and a sort of like a palm clawed hand, same as this one here, and he's got, you know, so he's got one on each. The actual body itself is actually the Dr. Octopus body. So if you look around on the back, he obviously he's got his backpack, but in there you can actually see the parts where he would actually put in the ports of the tentacles and stuff. So for rotation wise or head articulation wise, so we say left and right, it can look up and down, not so much. Full rotation at the arm here, comes up this far, no butterfly joints, rotation, double elbows, rotations and hinge, and then we've got a little bit of movement here but not too much. Leg wise, up this way, forward, back, upper thigh rotation, double knee, and then we've got a boot cut as well, and then a rocker and a pivot at the ankle. But it's just the little details on this guy, it just makes me laugh. Like, you can actually see the guy's face inside there, you know, his little eyes peering through in the darkness. I I kind of wish there was some sort of like eyes on the frog mask, to be honest. Around here on the backpack, it just looks very basic, very normal. And then he's got these kind of weird like scale looking kind of parts all over his suit. Nice strap around to hold on to his like backpack, which looks pretty cool. Big burly pants, and then down to his feet where he's got these kind of little sort of flippers, and he's actually got these little spring coils as well for his heels, which is pretty cool to make him jump. So yeah, it's really a good laugh, to be honest with you. So it's been quite a nice sort of like few little pickups this week, and yeah, I can't wait to pick up some more. It's just a really good way. I mean, especially if you're looking for some new figures and stuff, jump onto those Facebook sites and stuff. You don't always have to buy new. And I fell into the trap. Like, I've always wanted to buy new because I wanted to bring them as reviews to you guys, and that's kind of why I've always kind of sort of gone off. But because of bills and all that going up, and just buying second hand, and especially finding some figures that you can't even find on the shelf anymore, I would highly recommend it. Just make sure it's a trusty site on one of those Facebook groups and stuff like that, and then yeah, just join up and share the love, and then you might find some bargains as well. So thank you all so much for joining me on this one, and a very merry Christmas for all of you. Hopefully we can do a hangout just before New Year's as well. I've got a few things that I'm working on. I've got a few customs and whatnot, so hopefully there will be another one. So all again, have a great New Year, well, Merry Christmas. Have a great New Year if I don't speak to you again. But yeah, enjoy it. And don't forget to subscribe, ding that bell, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.